Hey Virgo, welcome to Wild Pearl Tarot. Today we're going to be doing your August 2025 Tarot and Oracle reading. I can't believe it's already August, you guys. For any of you guys who've been diving deep on that Mercury retrograde, it's a doozy. So please have patience with yourselves, be kind to each other. I noticed that it's really affecting communications and friendships, relationships. Really, it's an aggressive Mercury in retrograde, in case you're watching this during that Mercury in retrograde. Stick with it, y'all. So we're going to start with our mudra deck. This comes with a hand gesture that will empower the message. In the meantime, if you would like for me to pray for you, if you'd like other Virgos and cross-watchers to pray for you, you know that offer always stands. It's all love and light in this Kumbaya channel. Say hi in the comments section, leave an emoji. You're welcome to share what you're going through. And then we've got some way to focus on your energy, right? It provides us something that we can focus on that represents you. All right, so we start with this message: level-headedness, be wise. And it's this classic stance with your hands. I said stance. It's not really the right way to explain that. Tranquility and inner wisdom characterize my life. This gesture of greeting activates brain activity and brings inner composure. This mudra opens the door to inner calm and thus to one's inner source of strength, healing, wisdom, and joy. Letting your breathing become slow and deep. Do this mudra. So this is just definitely a calming and stabilizing mudra, level-headedness. So it's the opposite of impulsive energy. Let's see what tarot has to say to you. What is tarot? So the question is like, why would you need that message, right? Would you be feeling impulsive? All right, that's our last shuffle. I've got all these are pre-shuffled with you in mind, but I like to do one or two extra from my Virgos. Four of Cups in reverse. That's one of those cards we like to get in reverse. Interesting. One sec. Bear with me. For my Virgos, one more. What's this Four of Cups in reverse? So Four of Cups in reverse. Let's talk about that for a second. That's coming out of apathy, coming out of a disinterested place or a sense of like rejection. And it was clarified by Temperance, which is a transformation. So something's changing. In regards to what was once a rejection or what was once disinterest. What else about that? Transformation, Temperance. Somebody's leaving something behind. What are they leaving behind? At some point they cared very much about this one thing, but they're deciding to leave it behind. What an interesting. It's with much thought and intention, and it's specifically around coming out of heartbreak. We're going to come back to that message because it's going to get clearer once I unpack these, but I had to just jump right in there. Okay, we have a King of Pentacles in reverse. What's this King of Pentacles in reverse for my Virgos? Awesome. The cards that are coming out to explain this situation are very intriguing because they get the message across, but they're specific in a unique way. I'll explain that in just a sec. I feel that the cards are being very clear, but they're being kind of abstract and creative. Okay, let's just jump in here. We have, we're going to come back to this over here, right? Coming out of apathy or disinterest / rejection. There's a transformation. It's coming out of heartbreak, and it doesn't feel compulsive or impulsive. It feels kind of slow and deliberate. We have the King of Pentacles in reverse, who is somebody who's shut off or cold. So this could be somebody who's emotionally not been available, or it's somebody who hasn't been talking. Maybe there's been lack of communication here. But this is represented by the ending, again, a theme here, an ending of a chapter here. It's an exhausting chapter. So this is somebody who's been cold AF And that is going away somehow. We have new plans and collaboration. 2 of Wands with a 3 of Pentacles is an exciting energy. It feels like something's starting, something's brewing. Plans are coming together, and you're not alone, Virgo. There's a collaborative energy here. So working with, this could even have something to do with travel, because 2 of Wands, just as 3 of Wands can be connected to traveling over bodies of water. So anything else you can tell me about that King of Pentacles in reverse? Healing. All right. So that cold energy, there's a transformation happening here. There's healing happening. It's truly closing up an old, exhausting chapter and making fresh plans. That is really great to be able to deliver you that news, because it feels fresh and it feels like it's time. Whenever you have the 10 of Wands, 10 of Wands, just as he looks, right? If you're close enough to your screen, or you can zoom, this guy is freaking tired. He's been carrying these sticks forever and finally can see the light at the end of the tunnel. In the background, you can see that there's the castle, and that's where you can put them down. So this card, it suggests that there is there's integrity attached to this, right? Otherwise, he would just throw down the sticks and abandon them. So you've earned this ending, so to speak. You've earned this healing chapter. I have to open a new deck of cards and ask about this one. Page of Pentacles. Haha. But it's not so easy and smooth sailing from here. Here's your fun little twist. No, it's good. It's good. But there's work underneath, right? So now the real work begins. But it's good work, because you're at least not in a place of rejection or apathy anymore. At least the wheel's turning, and now there's plans being made. Now things are coming into focus, and at least it's fresh energy. But you're being called to take on this role of curiosity and, in a healthy way, humility, so that you can learn and you can grow, because you're at the beginning now of a new chapter. And it's kind of like no rest for the weary, right? Page of Pentacles with a 9 of Wands. So there's determination here. There's tolerance, and there's tenacity. That's the other T word I was looking for. But it's willingness to learn that is actually the most beautiful energy coming through here. There's a tough decision. I do think that somebody else's energy is coming through here. King of Wands. Roles can be reversed. It could be you. But there's like a 2 of Swords represents like a tough, confusing decision. And when we feel this type of torn, it's usually because working in the background is some fear, right? It's what's making us confused. And the fear here is represented by that blindfold that this individual is wearing, and the intuition that we need, right, to make decisions. It's represented by the moon that this person cannot see, because they're blindfolded by the fear. So that's just a little bit of symbolism for you. And it's connected to a sense of self-preservation, being careful, not wanting to get hurt, vulnerability. And that's 4 of Pentacles here. So it's literally the self-preservation, the fear of getting hurt, that is blinding you, because it's fear. It's fear. And yet, I think you're challenging it. Hats off to you. Challenging it. We got the King of Wands here is an energy that is fiery. It's a visionary energy. So it could be you stepping into this role despite being scared. It's like, yeah, I was scared and I did it anyway. The King of Wands is very confident and believes in their vision, and they're unwavering in their choices. So the opposite of 2 of Swords energy. So this could be somebody else. It could be a fire sign, a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, or it could be you. You know what's going on in your life, right? So my only job is to present for you the energy of the tarot. Seven of Cups with the Queen of Cups. Let's just get a little bit more on this. This is going to be an extended, by the way, for anybody who wants to go further into advice. That link will be in the description box below. My goal is to make this as much like a personal reading as possible. So, Seven of Cups with the Seven of Cups with Queen of Cups. Strength. Now, this does feel like it's somebody else's energy. Queen of Cups represents a nurturing energy. It's kind, it's gentle, it's oftentimes can be creative, empathic, very sensitive. It can be a water sign, a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. And there's swirling right now in a cloud of options. There's something that's very unfocused about them. Seven of Cups. So you don't know the whole picture with this person. All that glitters is not gold. So you may be, Virgo, in a place of imagination with this person, thinking about them, maybe dreaming about them, not knowing anything specifically definite. And there's a strength attached to them. Let's find out a little bit more why these are coming out for you. Oh, you want something really wonderful for them. 10 of Cups, either with them or for them. And then flipping but not flying, we have the Seven of Swords, which is deception. Maybe there's more, because it's all stemming from the Seven of Cups, which is imagination. It's not knowing for sure. It's options. So you might be working through a lot of scenarios in your imagination with this person. Four of Swords. I don't think that there's communication here. I think it's all quiet. It's insular. It's all happening in here and in here. What do my Virgos need to know about this? What's the damn point? What do you guys need to know? I want to be as helpful as possible. What do you need to know about this Queen of Cups? What's going to be helpful for Virgo? Queen of Pentacles, your energy, boo. There you are. Queen of Pentacles. So that's a nurturing energy as well. Do you know that, right? And all the pentacles are represented by the earth signs. This is Virgo energy. It's also a nurturing energy. I think that you have a lot of gentleness and kindness towards this energy. There's you have your own reasons why it's coming out with Four of Swords. Very much kind of withdrawn into a sanctuary. That's a sanctuary card, right? So that's where we have gratitude for things. That's where we process things. It looks like it too. Four of Swords. He's like sleeping on his back. He's not really sleeping. There's this interesting story to this. Actually, I'm going to tell you the story. It's very brief, but maybe it'll be helpful. The story that I know behind the Four of Swords, it goes back in history when knights would go off to war. Right before they would leave, they would prepare their graves. If they came back from war, and the idea was that they had kind of saved their family that burden, and also there was something probably disturbing about that ritual of preparing their graves, but it's also kind of an acceptance of like, here I am going off to war, I know what can happen. And when they come back, and they have survived, obviously, it was kind of a prerequisite to returning to, but when they come back in the flesh and blood, they spend their first night on that grave, and they spend it much like this, right? Like praying and in gratitude that their life was spared, that they got through this, that they're returning to their families and their homes. And so there's a lot of gratitude to this. There's a lot of processing with this card, and I know we went deep into that, but maybe there's a reason why. Because we are coming out of this, you've experienced a phase of life that has been up in the air. Two of Pentacles in reverse. It's in these moments, sometimes, Virgo, it's even hard to know what to prioritize or who to prioritize, or even what feelings that you're going through, which feelings to prioritize. It's kind of maddening. So kudos to you for living through that. But we've got the Death card coming out, and this is actually a wonderful combination because the Death card is not talking about literal death. It's actually talking about a rebirth as well. Something's moving out of your life specifically around this confusing chapter to make room for something else. So I want to ask, What is it making room for, right? Don't you want to know that? I like that at the bottom of the deck, we've got your card, the Hermit. Quiet energy. There's a lot of quiet energy in this. Oh, interesting. So remember our question was, what is this a death to? What are we saying goodbye to, right? And what are we making room for? Magician, I love that. You have been in this, I don't know when this turned around, but it's sitting on the top of the deck. 10 of Pentacles, excuse me, 10 of Wands, geez. This is the end of its chapter. And it's been a time of like chafing, not working, like you're coming to an end of a really harrowing and exhausting period of time where maybe you were working with people who did not want to work with you, 3 of Pentacles, or maybe they were even trying to sabotage you or work against you. You were experiencing a time of shiftiness, like maybe it could have even affected your home, literally, like, hey, like, can I expect that this place is going to remain my home? Do I need to take precautions, or did something need to be fixed? Was there like a huge repair you had to make? And it just ultimately affected your sense of stability. Hanged Man, this has all been about a really important perspective you could have gotten in no other way. This is the only way you could have gained it. But once you see this perspective, there's something that's like a gift. Once you see this, you can't unsee it. And then you get to keep it for your entire life. So this whole is all attached to whatever is coming to an end. And what's coming through, what it's making room for, is the Magician, which is you hold the power. Like this is a very empowering energy of like, now you can create whatever you want, Virgo. You get the magic wand. And if you look closely, because we've been talking about symbolism through this whole thing, so let's stick with that theme. He's got every single one of the elements, the Pentacles, the Wands, the Cups, and the Swords. So you have everything you need now to make the future, to make the life that you want. You know, you earned it. So I'm going to go on to the extended. We're going to dive deeper into some of these cards and get some more advice. You're welcome to join me. That's going to be a link in the description box below. This is where I leave you. I adore all of you. Thank you so much for your support, your likes, your comments, all that love. Sending it right back to you.